What's up? I'm Troubleshoot. You may have heard about widgets and setting them up on your profile. You can get something like this going on your Discord profile super easily in one of 3 different styles. The first one's this one here. The second type looks something like this, where we've got 6 different values we can set, as well as images and text. And the third one includes a progress bar where you can customize basically everything. While this is a pretty simple breakdown of exactly what it is, you can customize it quite a bit yourself. Now, of course, no text-to-speech has covered this in a roughly 20-minute long video, but there's a couple of things that could be automated and made a bit simpler. So, if you'd like a full breakdown, you'll find this video linked down below, but for us, let's get it going quickly. In the description down below, you'll find a text version of this guide, which we'll be using to help generate some things and make things a bit simpler. You'll find the Discord developer portal linked at the very top. Just click this, and then once you reach this page here, make sure to log in. Once you've signed in with Discord, head across to Applications, followed by New Application, and give it a name. I'll call it, say, Troubleshoot Widget. I'll tick this box, and I can click Create. Just keep in mind, this name here can be customized later on, but it's the name that appears at the top of your widget. So I'll create this, verify I'm human, and we're dropped onto the developer portal page here. For now, I'll just click my profile, change it to dark mode, as that's a lot better to look at, and on the general information tab over here, we can set an application icon, which is this section right up here, and of course we can change the name right over here. So I can click the image and I can upload my logo, for example. Then we can save changes and of course customize the name. Then before we go too much further, you'll need to head down to under Games, the Social SDK. Inside of this screen here, you'll be given this quick prompt we'll need to fill in. You can fill in any company name, any team location, followed by any name, any email as long as it's email shaped. Anything for the role should be fine. And finally, at the bottom, the most important part, ticking this bottom tick box, click Submit, and now we're able to get going. Then on the left sidebar, head back to Overview followed by General Information. We'll need to hit Ctrl-Shift and I or F12 to bring up the developer console. I'm using Firefox here, so it's at the bottom, but yours will probably be on the right side. At the very top, you should find a console button, which for me is located down here. From the text version of this guide linked down below, right underneath Set up an application, you'll find this block of code. Simply click the copy button here and paste it into the console section. For me, it's over here. Then hit enter to run it. And once you have, you'll see it pop up in the console. And that's basically it. What this has done is it's given us access to the widget section on the application developer portal. So under Games on the sidebar, you should find widgets, but for now it's currently hidden / an experiment. Running that code should have added it here, so we can click back at the very top to get back to applications, and we can click our application. Then under Games on the sidebar, we've now got widget. Inside of here, we can create widget and start customizing it. This gets pretty in depth. Essentially, this in the top left allows you to choose to customize the top, bottom, as well as the mini profile, which is important later. We'll start off at the very top, where we can choose between hero and contained, which is essentially this look with the image, or this look where it's sort of faded in. Hero is the faded one, contained is the square image. So for my new one, I'll choose, say, contained. Then to customize the content, head across to the content tab at the very top, and we can choose image, title, or subtitle. Some of these will be required in certain options and not others. Inside of image, you'll see the right section opens where we can choose value type. Select from the drop-down application asset. User data is something we can do to let users of our widget / game / app customize things, but as it's just us, we'll choose application asset, and then we can upload an image. To do so, click the small image button. Then you'll see this pop up, which we'll see quite a bit. Choose add asset. Then we can drag and drop an image here, or click to select one, which I'll then locate an image and choose open. I can change the text to be something a bit shorter, like cat, though it doesn't really matter. Upload, and then we can select our image we just uploaded. For every image you upload, you'll need to make sure to click Make Public, which appears on the sidebar here, in order to actually use it and show it on Discord. Then under Title on the far left, we can set the text section here. So for presentation type, I'll choose number or text preferably. Value type will change to custom string, and we can enter some content here, like some content, title here, etc. I'll write something down, and then I'll head across to subtitle where we can add some more text. I'll choose text, once again, custom string, and we can enter some more text here. And now we can choose, if you want, an icon. If we turn it on, then choose application asset, we can choose a different image, add asset, upload, I can choose it, once again, make public, and you can see our very small emoticon-sized image right here. You can even use GIFs for this, or this big image here, if you want, for animated images. We've also got a label option here, which I can turn on, and this allows us to add some more text, so more text, and you can see it appears with a colon just after down here. But we can do this in one place, which is just text. Once you've filled out all of the required spots, we're basically done with the section, and we can move on from the contained or hero widget top. Choose the drop down in the top left, and we can customize the widget bottom, which is this lower section. We can then choose stats grid, progress, or collection, which again, scrolling down on the guide page, you can see here. Widget bottom, stats grid, progress, and collection. Depending on what you want, you can set things here. For now, I'll choose stats grid, and you can see there's 6 separate spots. Under content, we need to set something for every one of these. Once again, we can choose, in this case, value. I'll choose text, custom string, and we can type something here, as well as the same on label. So text. Now to set an image, once again, icon, turn it on, application asset, upload an image, or choose one, and there we go. We've now set one of the 6 required here. You can click one and just choose text, followed by a custom string, and leave it blank if you don't want to fill in anything, and leave some blank spots. For the collection, it's basically exactly the same. Once again, you'll choose asset and an image, add a custom string, text, and you've got yourself one of 4. However, something a bit more special is the progress bar here, which when we head into content, takes us to objective and progress. Under objective, we can choose to set an image, which I'll do here. And after I've chosen a suitable image and once again made it public, I'll choose a name, custom string, I'll enter some text. We can choose a description if we want. And now under the progress section, we've got current value and max value. Inside of these, you'll see we've only got the option for user data, which is a bit more confusing. Essentially, in data field, you'll be entering the name of a variable or a key. For this example, I'll type in current, and for max, I'll type in max. It doesn't really matter what you fill in here. These are used so we can later set values. You can do so by clicking the pencil icon next to it, and it opens this section on the bottom. Sample data, we've got current, which can be a number, string, or media. I'll leave it as number, as it has to be that, and in the value, we can enter something here like 50. Then for max value, I'll click the pencil here, and we can set the max value to 100, meaning that our progress bar is halfway, or 75, etc. This one's pretty special in how we'll use it just now, so for now, I'll save changes in the top right. Then, from the drop-down, we can head down to Add Widget Preview, which shows when you try to add it onto your actual profile. You're the only person seeing this, so you can choose anything here, and under Content, you need to set an image. So again, I'll choose Application Asset, select an image we uploaded, and that's fine. Then finally, the last bit of required work that we need to do is, once again, under the dropdown, the mini profile. This shows when someone clicks your profile but doesn't fully expand it. So for example, here's the fully expanded widget that we just made and customized. But if someone clicks your profile in Discord, they'll see what you're playing, or of course, the widget mini profile, which we're about to create now. You can see the example right over here. For this, we can choose contained or hero stat, which again either has a blurred image on the left side or just a regular image. I'll choose contained for now, and on the content tab, we can set a stat, which is once again some text, and we can type in a custom string followed by something here, and we can set an icon if you wish, which is a small emoji that appears next to your text here. But for me, I'll skip this. Then under contained image, it's the image on the far right, and once again, application asset, choose an image. I'll choose this one, and there you go. We're basically done with this, and we can verify by checking the validation tab to see if there's anything missing or unhappy here. Finally, we can save our changes in the top right. Then we can choose publish, as we're about to actually use this, publish here. And now to actually use it, we need to run some more commands and some nerdy stuff. So I'll click back in the top left, and from this section here on the left sidebar, we'll be heading down to OAuth 2 under Overview. Inside of here, we can scroll down, and under Redirects, click Add Redirect and type in an address here like https:// google.com or discord.com, depending on what you like. It can be literally anything. Then click save when you're prompted to down here. Scrolling down further to the OAuth 2 URL generator section, make sure to tick both OpenID and right over here, SDK.social layer. Once you've done this, scroll down further and from the redirect URI, select from the dropdown the address we punched in above and you're given a URL here. What we need to do is we need to copy this, but we'll need to actually change response type code to be response type token before we actually go to the page. So I'll open up a new tab, I'll paste it in at the very top, and right next to response type equals code, I'll change code to be token as such. Hit enter, and then you're now linking your brand new application or widget with your Discord account. Scroll down and click authorize, and once you have, you'll be taken across to whatever page you punched in earlier, be it Discord, Google, etc. Once we're happy here, we can scroll up and back to the general information tab where we can start linking this with our account. To do so, you'll usually use a button in a game or something similar to add it to your profile, but here, as we're creating our own, we need to run some code to do so. Scrolling down to the equipping your new widget section, or if you just click the page, at the very top, you'll find equipping your new widget. Click this to jump straight down to here. You're asked to enter your application ID here. From the Application tab, General Information, find Application ID and click Copy. Paste it in here, and you should see the code block right above Updates with the code right here. Click Copy in the top right, and now we'll need to run this in Discord itself, or if you've got Discord open on the web, like I do here, we can run it here instead. In either Discord on the web or in the actual Discord app, hit F12 or Control-Shift and I. I'll do it here in the actual Discord. I'll hit Control-Shift-I, and on the sidebar at the very top, choose Console. Inside of here, you'll be warned about pasting things. That's fine. Just click and hit Control-V or right-click and paste to paste in what we copied. You can read through this code and verify it's safe. All we're doing is allowing us to choose this widget. Simply hit enter a few times to run it, and once we have, we can now click our username in the bottom left down here, followed by clicking our image to view our profile, and we should be able to add our widget here. Choose under board, your widgets, add widget, and you should be able to scroll down and find it over here. Simply click it, and just like that, we've now added our brand new widget we've been working on to this page. We can save, and anyone who clicks our profile should see this, as well as the mini one that we've applied if we click our username in any chat. But at this stage, we're not quite done. You can see your game stats are still syncing, keep playing, and if you're using something particularly special like the progress bar, you can see it's not working properly. To fix it, once again, head back to the guide, scroll down a bit further, and you'll find a couple of bits of info that we need to copy and paste into this form here to give us a simple command to run, which basically says, hey Discord, I'm a game or an app, please update the data for my widget to be whatever we put in here. I've made it super simple, given you a couple of blocks that you need to populate. So for this, we need to find an application ID, which we already did earlier. And if you pasted it above, it'll be inserted here. Once again, from your application page under general information, you'll find it right here where you can copy it. Your Discord user ID is simple to get. Head across to Discord, click your username in the bottom left, and then you should see copy user ID at the bottom of this window. If not, head into user settings, followed by finding a developer on the sidebar, right down here at the very bottom, and making sure that developer mode is turned on. Now you can click your profile and copy your user ID. Now you can paste it into this block here, and now we need to set our bot token. For this, head back to your application portal, then on the far left, head across to bot. Inside of here, you'll look for token followed by reset token, click this, and after clicking yes, you'll likely be prompted for two-factor, which I'll do now. Once that's done, we're given a token here, which I will be resetting and deleting before this video ends, but I'll choose copy here, and we'll be pasting it into the bot token section up here. Finally, we've got generate JSON, which is going to set all the different values, like for example, the progress bar value. To get this, head back to your application page, down to games on the sidebar, and head into widget. If you're missing this, again, you'll need to run the code from the very top of this page, this block over here, head back, and then back into your app where you should then have widget available. I'll head back down to enter your values, and from the widget page, At the very bottom of the screen, next to validation, we've got sample data where we previously set the values for our progress bar here. From the sample data on the far right, you'll find generate JSON, click it, and then click copy down here. On the same page, simply select everything inside of this block or just click in it if it's empty and paste here. Then just below this, we've got two different ways that we can run it. On Windows, you'll be using PowerShell, or on Linux or Mac, you'll be using curl. The reason I can't just have a button here to click and send this message off to Discord is that you can't say that you're a Discord bot. It'll say I'm Firefox or I'm Chrome, and Discord will just outright reject it. So this command needs to be run from your actual computer. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend running any commands on your PC. However, this one here, you can read and see exactly what it does, so it's fine. And of course, we made it right here. Click copy next to the code right over here, and once we can hit start, type in PowerShell, and open up Windows PowerShell. We don't even need to do it as admin. Now inside of here, you'll need to paste the command we just copied. Use Ctrl-V or right-click to paste it, and then choose Paste Anyway, and then hit Enter. You should see that nothing is returned. If you get an error, something about 502, OAuth token issue, blah, 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 make sure you actually filled in the social SDK pages little form thing here. And then under bot, make sure to regenerate your token here. Either ways, at this point, you should see your play bar is now activated. And of course, it's got the value we set earlier. You can always return to here, change the value for either the current value or max value, etc. Or you could alternatively generate the same JSON, paste it in here, and then run the next command to update it. But just like that, you can see we've got two things here. These should stay persistently, basically all the time on your profile as is, and you shouldn't need to run this command again. But if you need to, you now know the simplest way of doing it. But yeah, anyways, that's really it. Hopefully you found this video useful. Thank you for watching. My name's been Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.